heal.
Yes, we're so excited to have him on during our Halloween weekend. Matt Fraser joins us via Zoom to explain a little bit more about what he does. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. It's great to be here with you guys.
Oh, our pleasure. And you're joining us from the East Coast as well. So good morning to you. So tell us a little bit about your gift, okay? Because there are different, I guess, areas within the metaphysical realm. There's psychic mediums, clairvoyance. What is your gift and how does it work for you?
Well, I grew up like that little boy from The Sixth Sense. I grew up seeing and hearing the departed. But it's true, you know, every psychic and medium has a different gift. And it's actually run in my family from generation to generation. My grandmother had this ability, who passed it on to my mom, and then in turn passed it on to me. But even though we're 3 generations of psychics, you know, every single one of us has a different gift. I communicate directly with the departed. My mom does psychic life readings where she can see into a person's life and see, you know, who she's going to marry, who they're going to connect with, who they're going to be, you know, how many kids they're going to have. And my grandmother was somebody who, you know, received different premonitions. So even though we're all psychic, you know, we all have different gifts, and it works that same way with everybody who's connected to the spirit world.
I need to hit up Matt's mom.
Yeah, our other anchor, Ashley, she's looking for the special son one. So you got a TV show that you put out there, but we're wondering though, for the Halloween time, is I guess the spirit world around us a little bit more? We always hear the term, the veil is a lot thinner. What's your experience with that? Can you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, so to break it down, when people talk about the veil being thin, what they're really talking about is the separation between heaven and earth. And, you know, we think about this more on Halloween because it's geared and focused around, you know, the departed and the other side. But really, it's not that spooky. And here's the reason why. When you think about spirits and you think about ghosts and you think about the other side, I can tell you that most of us have seen a spirit. Most of us have seen the spirit of a loved one. How? Well, the way is through dreaming. If you've ever had a dream of a loved one that had passed away, then you know what a spirit looks like. And the truth is that your loved ones are the strongest, not during Halloween, but anytime when, you know, you're thinking about them, when there's special moments coming up like birthdays, celebrations, holidays, so on and so forth. Anytime that you're thinking of a loved one, you know, their presence is around you. And they're sending signs all the time. Signs are a language that our loved ones in spirit use to communicate with all of us, whether you feel like you're psychic or not. You know, they reach us in dreams. They use signs like butterflies, dragonflies, repeating numbers, any way that they can to get our attention. And the truth is that there's no such thing as coincidence.
He's the best in the business, and his website, by the way, is meetmattfraser.com. Meetmattfraser.com.
And Matt, you do a lot of, before we get to the reading, you do a lot of virtual events as well, and you actually have one this afternoon. How can folks or learn more? Because you're always booked up, right?
Yeah, so listen, if the dead can find me, you can find me. The best way is the best. Meetmattfraser.com, and it's actually really cool. You know, during my online events, I get to read people from all over the country. People tune in with their families, and it's one big family reunion with heaven.
It really is.
I bet. All right,
we're excited.
We're ready for you.
Show us how it works. Let us know.
So the way that it works is that as I'm right here, there's a couple different souls that are here and that are speaking to me. And what's so crazy is that when you're here, meaning that when you're connecting to a medium, the other side knows who they can talk to, who they can communicate with, and who they can speak to. And right away when I'm connecting, there's a soul that's coming through that I felt lost consciousness before their passing. And I felt that they had either a stroke or there was an issue with their head before their departure. Is that connected to you?
I did have a grandpa that did pass. He fell and had something in his head.
Okay, he's here. Because right away when I was connecting, there was a soul that kept coming through saying, my head, my head, my head. And whatever had happened, this had caused him to lose consciousness here in this world. Because the first thing that he's stepping forward is that he wants to say that he's sorry to his family for the way that he was found and also for what had happened. Because I got to tell you something, your grandfather before this, he was having health issues before this fall even had happened. Do you understand that?
Yep.
He's telling me when I'm connecting with him, he actually had many falls. He keeps telling me that he kept getting dizzy. There was dizziness that would happen. And I feel like he would black out, or there was these issues where he would lose consciousness because he's talking about that.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he drank a lot too, and that was the issue with my mom.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. You know, when souls come through, they'll explain to me what had happened. And what's so crazy is that your family tells me that this was a big mystery over what had taken place because your grandfather was somebody who did not want to go to the doctors here in this world. He did not want to get checked out. And this is what's so crazy. When your loved ones go to the other side, they can see the things that we're holding on to. And he tells me that there's so much regret in your family every day because, they say we should have gotten help. We should have brought him to the doctor. We should have done all of these things. And your grandfather's coming through saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. He says, I didn't mean to leave you with this pain, but I want to let you know that I was not going to go. He says to me, that's not the way that he lived his life. And I got to tell you something. The other thing that he wants to apologize as well is for the way that his moods were up and down here in this world. Your family thinks that the way that your grandfather died was because of that drinking, but that was just a small part of it. I'm going to be honest with you really quick. I know we're running out of time, but your grandfather is telling me that he needs to let you know that he was sick during this time and that he was also drinking because this man was in pain every single day. When I'm connecting with him, there was all this pain within his body. He tells me there were times when he couldn't even get up. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
So know that this was a double-edged sword. He was drinking because he's telling me that he was trying to mask the pain and mask the things that were going on in his body as well. He says, but I ended up losing out on time with my family. He says, so I'm sorry for, he says, for being frustrated. I'm sorry for getting upset. He says, and I want to let you all know that I do love you and I do care about you so much, even though he passed in tragedy. He's here.
Hi, Grandpa. Oh, boy.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
All right, if you like more information.
This was crazy, by the way. One last thing, sorry, I know. He's telling me that because he passed all alone, he's telling me. When I'm connecting with him, because he's talking about being discovered. So he just wants to let his family know that, listen, it happened so fast, he didn't even know what had taken place. He says he closed his eyes in this world and opens it up in the next.
Wow. All right. Meet MattFraser.com.
Thank you, Matt, so much.
For more information.
Wow.
We know you got a busy day today, and thanks for taking the time. Hope we see you again.
That was special. Appreciate it, Matt.
Listen, it's always busy when you're talking to 10 people.
Oh, yeah. Happy Halloween.
We know because we're vampires.
We are.
Take care.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you very much. You okay, Jordan?
I'm okay, T. I wasn't expecting that.
All right, I'll read for you.
All right.
You can't have Halloween without a little trick or treating. Still to come, a family-friendly event with beer, food, and exciting prizes. We'll be right back.